Hello, my friends. If you can believe it, we are on the cusp of another Saudi Arabia show. Now, look, we have talked about all the controversy and the sad things around this time and time again. So if you do want to get my thoughts, you can go back in time and watch those videos, because sometimes I think it's just important to put your hands on your hips and say, wrestling's meant to be fun, so let's have some fun. And one of the ways we are going to do that is by trying to predict the damn thing, so make sure you get into the comments and do the same. And if you've never watched one of these videos before, we don't do boring, obvious predictions, or sometimes we do, but mostly we try and have some fun. So make sure you put on your bonkers caps. Let's go. So we shall start with a match that ties directly into Raw, because we are going to get Alexa Bliss and Asuka defending their brand new Women's Tag Team Championships against Damage Control. And the reason I want to talk about this right out of the gates is because I think it's going to tie directly into Bayley versus Bianca Belair, who are having a last woman standing match. Because there is no way that Dakota Kai and Io Sky are going to win back their titles, and if we did do that, I'm going to be like, man, why do we keep playing hot potato with those things? And the reason I think that Bliss and Asuka actually won them to begin with is because when we do get to Bales versus Bianca, I think Belair is going to lose. Because surely that's the whole reason we've introduced this stipulation to begin with, because Bales can come out of this with the championship, but we haven't pinned Bianca Belair because it is a last woman standing match, so she just has to lay there for a count of 10. And I tell you this, Bianca Belair is so good right now and so much of a star, if you can get away with not pinning her shoulders to the mat for the 1, 2, 3, well, you should do it. So let's say that we do start off with a tag team match. You just know there's going to be some shenanigans between Bayley and Bianca Belair, because why wouldn't they? That allows Alexa Bliss and Asuka to retain their championships. Then we get to the last woman standing match later. You get more shenanigans featuring Damage Control and everybody else, and probably Nikki Cross. That's right, here's my left out of nowhere curveball, because don't forget we saw her talking to Bayley on Raw as well, and nobody has actually told us why. So you can even have a cool story coming out the back of this where Nikki Cross is all like, oh, well, I did it because Bayley promised me the first shot at the title, and then Belle says, no, I'm not going to do it. And then you can get to a three-way, meaning we do Bayley versus Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross for the damn title. So hopefully you see how all this weaves in, and ensuring that we still have some gold in Damage Control means we haven't pulled the carpet out from underneath them and just gone, you suck now. Also, if you do give it a smell, which is a really weird thing for me to say, you can just see that all of this is leading to the Survivor Series, where we are going to get a Women's War Games match. I mean, if you really do the time and the writing down, you could even probably predict the teams. So if you were able to keep up with that, good for you, but in case you weren't, Bayley is going to become the brand new Raw Women's Champion, probably after help from Nikki Cross. Alexa Bliss and Asuka will keep hold of their tag team titles. And I tell you, that one is far more important than me. I can't stand any more nonsense with those belts. But we shall stick with championships too, because we're also going to get the Usos taking on the Brawling Brutes. And I tell you, this one, obviously, is going to be a banger. I mean, the only thing working against it is the fact that in no world do I think that Butch and Ridge Holland are going to win, because doing that would adversely affect the Bloodline story. Given that I think the Bloodline story is the best story in all of wrestling right now, whatever we have to do to keep that going is what we must do. That's why I just randomly kissed my hand, because we just don't know. Very sadly, I don't think that Sami Zayn can get involved with this, because in the past he hasn't been allowed in the country, and that is when I do get very sad in my tum-tum, because man, that should not be a thing in 2022. Like, it should never be a thing. But as I said during the intro, we're not going to walk down that path, but I mean, come on. So this will just be a damn good contest that probably fits in somewhere on the card, but yeah, you gotta give the win to Jimmy and Jey Uso. It's just not time, especially because I have another team in mind to take away their belts. And the names are Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Which brings us on to a match that may surprise some people, because look at this. If you tell me that I'm getting big men slapping man meat, and you just give me big men slapping man meat, then I will be happy because I saw big men slapping man meat. I am, of course, referring to Omos versus Braun Strowman, so if we keep this simple, I do think it could be quite good. I mean, just do what we did at WrestleMania 33 with Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. It doesn't go more than 5 minutes. They just do power moves, and it finishes when Braun grabs Omos, who is 7'3" legit, and gives him a power bomb. Now, only do that if it's going to be safe, but that visual alone It will make me put my hand on my hips and go, ooh, lally, that was pretty good. We'll also tie into this comeback for Strowman, and he has been really good since he did return. And I actually think that afterwards, you should have Omos turn on MVP and go babyface. I mean, who doesn't want to root for a giant? I know I certainly do. This match should also be so short, we shouldn't even spend any more time talking about it. Braun Strowman wins with a powerbomb within 5 minutes, and that's that. Because seriously, nobody is tuning in to watch Omos Braun Strowman in an 18-minute marathon. And if you do that, you've gone absolutely nuts. What should be far more intense and get a far lot more time is our steel cage contest. Because Drew McIntyre is taking on Karrion Kross. Now this story has got really weird recently, because Drew caused that massive car wreck and then Karrion was all like, ugh, and they really haven't had any interaction since then. And given that Karrion Kross won the strap match, McIntyre needs to win this one. But if you do that, what the hell do you do next? So I suppose you could have a third match at the Survivor Series, but again, we've done strap, we've done cage, so what are you gonna do? Have like a street fight, a no DQ? Or maybe you just go absolutely nuts and go, oh my gosh, it's a one-on-one contest, which is the opposite of escalation. De-escalation. There is a part of me that thinks that Karrion should probably win, because then he can walk around going, oh, tick-tock, I'm 2-0 over Drew McIntyre, which would do a lot for his character, but given that WWE holds Drew in such high regard, as they should do, he will win this one, and then yeah, we get to the next premium live event and we do something. I just have no idea what it is. Especially because we are going to do a men's War Games match. Karrion could be on one team and Drew could be on the other. And then maybe you do something at the Rumble. I don't know. I'm off my head now. I'm giving it to Drew. And then we get big men slapping man meet round 2. This is the reason I'm so damn pumped for this card. Because it is going to be Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. And unlike last time, no shenanigans here. I don't care if Brock wins. I don't care if Bobby wins. If Lashley did win, I think that'd be amazing, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Just have them kick the crap out of each other. And whereas Braun versus Omos went 5 minutes, this one can go 7. Because I don't need it any longer than that. I mean, all I want to see is Bobby Lashley throwing around Brock Lesnar, and then Brock Lesnar is like, how dare you? So he throws around Bobby Lashley for a while. When you get the F5, or about 72 F5s, because it is a Brock match, 1, 2, 3, and we're done. And if we are going to go down the Lesnar wins route, please let Bobby Lashley whoop his ass for 6 minutes, because Bob is having such a good year in 2022. If we can at least take that away and say, oh man, don't forget he really gave Lesnar a run for his money, everything is going to be okay. As I already told you at the start of this damn thing, we don't do boring predictions on this show. I mean, look at me, I've got a hood up for absolutely no reason. So I am going to say that Bobby Lashley wins this match. I mean, he's absolutely not going to. Brock Lesnar is going to get the victory, but I'm just going to throw it out there. He hits him with a spear, and he pins him, and he goes, ha ha, I'm the winner, and I'll be a happy damn panda. So I'm saying Bobby, but it is going to be Brock. Confusing, isn't it? Which actually does bring us to another match, which I also can't call, because it's the OC versus Judgment Day. Now, you're gonna have to figure that this is where finally AJ Styles and the Good Brothers reveal who their female pick is to take on Rhea Ripley, and I suppose that could tie directly into the finish, because if Rhea is just running wild, hitting this guy in the balls and giving that guy a slam and throwing this person into the ring post, and everyone's like, well, we can't stop her, what are we gonna do? And then someone like Raquel Rodriguez says, da da da, I'm here to save the day. That could throw Judgment Day off their game, and then Styles hits the phenomenal forearm on, like, I don't know, Damian Priest, and he gets the 1, 2, 3. That also continues on this feud, which I'm totally cool with, by the way, because I think it's one of the best things on Raw. It also allows the women to get involved in proper matches, which we do need. But also, yeah, if you do go back over the last few weeks, the Judgment Day have been kicking the OC's ass. Like, I know Carl Anderson got a win on Monday, but come on, man, there's a backslide. If you do have a bunch of nonsense too, it doesn't even matter if the baby faces do get a victory, because again, there's stuff to settle here. And now I've just realized what I've done. This is gonna be the men's War Games stuff, although I suppose you could still put Drew and Karrion into it. That does make it a little bit more interesting, but I've said it now. The OC win, Raquel Rodriguez gets brought in as their heavy to take on Rhea Ripley, which will be awesome because they got history in NXT, and then somehow we build to War Games. I know what you're thinking. I agree with you. I'm not very good at this. Which of course does bring us to our last match, which is going to be our main event. Boy howdy, this one is so weird because it is Roman Reigns defending his unified championship, or his undisputed championship, against YouTube sensation Logan Paul. Now, if you had told me this a few years ago, I would have just gone, you're absolutely crazy. That's never going to happen. And we do have a very strange situation here, because Logan is meant to be the good guy and Roman Reigns is meant to be the bad guy. But when I put my nerd hat on, I'm like, listen, WWE, in no way should Logan Paul win this match. And really, it should be over in 2 minutes after Roman Reigns kills him. I suppose someone like The Miz could get involved, because he does have a pseudo relationship with Paul, and of course Roman Reigns screwed him over on Raw. But if you're not gonna do that, do you really want to see Logan Paul and Roman Reigns go more than 10 minutes? I don't think I do. And look, I think Logan Paul's gonna have a great performance here. He is clearly a very good professional wrestler, especially given that he's only been doing it for like 72 hours. I don't know, man. Roman's gone toe-to-toe with like the best of the best. I just don't think you should be doing that with Logan Paul. The counterpoint to that, of course, is that it's a silly way to look at it because it is professional wrestling, so you should be doing crazy stuff all the time. So let's just have Logan clock Roman with that punch at one point. He goes down, the ref goes 1, 2, and Reigns kicks out at the last second, then he hits him with the Superman punch, he hits him with the spear, 1, 2, 3, he still have his titles, and then we probably look at this match and go, huh, we did that just because we went to Saudi Arabia, and then nobody ever talked about it again. You'd also have to figure that maybe Logan Paul's WWE contract only lasts 1 year, because to beat him in his 3rd match is kind of crazy, but to take all the politics away from it, you do have to give that guy a round of applause. He is really, really good at this. It kind of hurts. As a quick aside too, for the people that do hang around this long in the videos, there is a part of me just here that does want Logan Paul to win because of the chaos it would cause. But come on now, Roman will continue his crazy championship run. At this point, I don't even know who's gonna beat it. Now please do leave a comment below, and like I say, let us know your predictions for Crown Jewel 2022. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Head on to whatculture.com where we will keep you up to date about the event. Come and follow us on social media where we'll do the same. We have a lot of other videos. Go watch one. My name is Simon for What Culture. Thank you very much for joining me as always. I'm gonna go.